I want to say a few words before we continue. This is a very unusual and extraordinary event. The purpose of this event, as you know, is to celebrate the end of the Republic Corps. But it's also coincided with an alumni meeting, which is why things are getting a little bit late. We might have more people coming in, and some special guests on campus. Most of you have read The Clouds recently, but some of you haven't. So I thought maybe I'll say a few words about why this is a very important and meaningful thing for us to stage and think about this play in this place. I mean, as Irina put it in her ad, this comedy is possibly one of the oldest comedy of ideas, as she put it. I think it's the oldest comedy that's come to us simply from the ancient Greece. It's the first educational satire, the first and oldest account of Socrates, written by someone who wasn't his associate or friend, so it cannot be considered prejudiced in Socrates' favor. Whether he was prejudiced against Socrates is something that's been debated for thousands of years. We can continue that debate. So, hopefully without biasing your reception of the play or spoiling the show, I want to say just a few words of why this seems to me a very important play for this time and for this place. Right? It's The Cloud satirizes Socratic education, right? And the liberal arts, from which the liberal arts model, I mean, our liberal arts school sort of wants to take its bearings. We consider ourselves, in a way, heirs of Socrates, and any critique or satire of what we do seems to me worth taking note of. But if The Clouds offers a kind of hilarious critique of liberal education, it also, right, just as unsparingly, I think, critiques democratic society. And this is the second reason why I think this play is of interest to us today. Right? That it's also a reflection on what rest of the democratic, on the promises and pitfalls of our democratic predicament. So, in other words, one way to understand The Clouds is to think about it. It's the original statement, the first and original statement of what is the relationship between democracy and education. And as you'll see, much of the play takes place in Socrates' school, the first and original place to think, right? The thinkery. And so it speaks, or should speak to us quite directly, as we want to be a place to think in our own rights. So, what is the meaning of this play is debatable. There are 2,500 years of debates. I'm not going to recapitulate. But it seems to me that one thing is important, or one message is important to take, or should be evident, right? That the play is a kind of celebration of a courageous, thoughtful, philosophical, civically engaged art, right? And in that sense, of the importance for robust conversation or debate, even or especially through disagreement and humorous dissent, and a cause that seems to be both our society, or democratic societies in general, we represent many of them, but especially the school should want to embrace and continue to welcome and endorse. And on this note, I wanted to celebrate a new Aristophanes venture on campus. I recommend it to you, The Baffled Bardian, a very wonderful read. Before I leave space to the actors, I wanted to express thanks. Thanks to you for being here tonight. Thanks to this college for making this possible, for gathering us here and making such unusual things doable. And Special thanks. The college is, of course, buildings, resources, and we depend on those, but the college is above all a community. Part of that alumni community is coming in, please. One member of that community I wanted to thank especially heartily, and that's Matthias Hurst, who at some personal cost actually made sure that this show is going to be as good as it is. And finally, I want to thank our cast. And I want to read everybody's name and country. I hope I don't mispronounce anything. Veronika Rishnowska from Slovakia, Mahinati from Pakistan, Parkinales from Chile and Holland, John Grasso, USA, Michaela da Silva, Portugal, Osman Chaudhry, Pakistan, Sophia Brodel, Great Britain, USA, Soledad Jeremy from China, Raul from Hispania, Spain. Pilar Petropoulos from the US, and last but really foremost, Maria Khan, who is the real reason why we could be here today, is our director and also actor. Please join me in welcoming them and inviting them on stage.
Wow! Lord God Zeus, what a bitch of a night. No end to it. Will it never be day? But I already heard the roosters crow, and those worthless slaves kept snoring. Didn't used to be this way. God damn this war. For lots of reasons. When I can't even beat my own slaves? Still, this fine fellow isn't kept awake. He farts away, wrapped up in a 5-fold blanket heap. Still, let's try for one good snore. It's no use. I can't sleep. I'm eaten alive by the debts and stable fees my son's gotten me into. He's grown his hair, he's mad on horses, and he ropes a brace in dreams. And me, I'm dying. I see the quarter day come on, and the interest piling up. The ledger. What do I owe and what's the interest? What is this? 2 Pisias? 50? 2 Pisias? For what? I bought that hack. It's all up. Better I hack out my own eye.
Keep in your own lane.
That's the disease that's killing me. His whole life is a dream of racing.
Oh, take a next lap and take the horse back.
Oh, quit dragging me for every cent. What's next? To Armenius? 10 for a chariot and wheels. Blah.
Oh, take a road and take the horse back home, Philo.
It's me you've dragged for every cent. Judgments against me. Repossessions. Collateral.
Oh, Papa, really? Must you just toss and turn all night?
I'm sorry, but there's a bailiff biting me down in the blankets.
Just let me get it and sleep.
Oh, go on and sleep. These debts will all come home to roost with you. Vitipides! Wake up, Vitipides!
What, Dad? What?
Kiss me and give me a right hand. Do you love me?
Yes, I do, sure. By God of horses, I love you.
Horse shit and all this horsiness. That God is the cause of all of my troubles. But if you love me, you'll do as I say.
What do you say?
Make a quick change in your course and go get an education.
What? What kind of education?
You see that bit of a door over there? That shack?
Yeah, I do see that.
Of wise spirits. That is the thinkery. Some men live there who can talk and convince you that the sky is a huge kind of cake cover and that you and I are the crumbs. If you pay them right, they'll teach you to win any argument, just or unjust.
Oh, come on. Those frauds, those pasty face, barefoot, Socrates and Caraphon.
Oh, don't talk like a child. But if you care beans about your inheritance, you'll do as I say and go get an education.
I would go even if you would give me thousands peasants.
I beg of you, you're all I have in this world.
Oh, Papa, really? Come on, I gotta go. How would I show my face to the boys at the stables?
By Demeter, no more freeloading here. Take your team and the pony too. Get the hell out!
Mama's brothers will keep me in horses. I don't even care about you anymore.
I may be down, but I'm not out. I'll pray to the gods to get myself taught, and I'll enter the thinkery. But how can I? So old and forgetful, slow. Learn to split such delicate hairs? Oh, why am I hanging back? I should just do it. Hello? Hello there? Who's there? It is I, Strepsiades from Kikena. Hello?
We have a moron here.
What?
Do you realize what you've done? Kicking out the door so thoughtlessly. You made his mind miscarry its inquiry.
I'm sorry, I come from a deep country.
I can see that, my friend, but don't touch me.
Let me know about the miscarriage then. How about that?
Only the chosen few may hear it. Goodbye.
Oh, you can tell me. I've chosen myself for the thinkery. Gosh. Hello?
You're back?
I didn't really
With
leave.
friends.
Oh.
Ah, thanks. Okay. I'm outnumbered. Sit down.
Okay, I'm sorry.
A little my level. Socrates just asked Chaerephon. Do not do that. Socrates just asked Chaerephon how in the lengths of its own feet a flea can jump. One jumped on his head after biting Chaerephon on the brow.
And how did these men measure?
They picked up a flea, put it in hot wax, and its feet got these cool little slippers, which it used to pace off the ground.
Ah, what mental subtlety! Yes.
Yes, subtle. What if I tell you another idea Socrates had?
Oh, please do.
Okay, so he was asked, right, by Chaerephon. Now, this is big, just wait for it. Are you excited?
Oh, very.
Are you excited?
Oh, I'm excited.
Show me. Roll up.
Just don't ask me to stand up.
Chaerephon asked Socrates where it is from that a gnat buzzes. Is it through the mouth? Or is it through the tail?
And what did
Now,
you
what
say
do you
about
think?
that? Oh, I don't know. If I
This
get
is a
the answer,
test.
I'm going to come. Just tell me.
Careful.
Oh,
What do you think Socrates said?
I do not know.
Wrong.
God damn it.
It's through the gut. See? Through the gut. Through the gut.
So
It
in
pass-
that...
Quiet.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
telling you because you asked me. It passes down into an empty space, and it's the resounding of that air in that empty space that makes a nut buzz.
So in that ass is really a trumpet. Twice blessed esoterica.
Esoterica.
It can't be hard to defend a lawsuit
It's not.
once you understand in that guts.
Totally. But yesterday he was robbed of a great idea by a lizard.
What happened?
Well, he was walking along, gaping aloft at the moon, trying to track its motion. Look up. Lizard on the roof, shits in his mouth.
Oh, that's good. A lizard. Socrates. Shit.
Yes. Yesterday there was nothing for dinner. Socrates got lucky.
Well, how did he feed all of you?
Well, he kind of spread the table with thin ash, bent a skewer to the shape of a compass. And then, while everyone was looking at this, he reached behind them and stole their cloaks.
Oh, do they speak of tablets still? Please open this thinkery. I must see what's inside.
Only the chosen few may see the rest of us. You see, it's young boys without facial hair.
What is all this?
That's astronomy.
Astronomy.
Astronomy for the stars
And this?
and the heavens. That's geography. It's for measuring land.
Measuring land from confiscations.
You would think, but no. The universe.
The universe.
This is big.
Oh, that's neat. Imperialism with a real scope.
Yes. Here's a map of the world. Hold it up. This is the world. This is Athens.
I don't believe you since I can't see my debt
No, this is
piling
Athens.
up.
This is Athens. Right? This is Attica. This is Euboea. Very nice. Phallic. Look at it. Feel it. Touch it. Go on. Go on. Touch it.
Oh, phallic indeed. Where's Kekena, my farm?
Right there. It's about to be engulfed. You see?
Why does it look like an areola?
Oh, I don't really know about that. But that's the way it is.
And where's Sparta?
That's what's engulfing you.
This? Sparta?
Yeah.
All wrong. You and I, we need to get creative. Let's move some stuff around a bit, eh?
What you speak of is impossible.
Then forget about it. Who's that man over there? The one that looks like a pirate.
That's the man.
What man?
Lizards,
That man?
lizards, esoterica, subtlety.
That man?
Yeah.
Oh, please do. Go and invoke him.
No, bow down before him first.
Bow down.
Bow down, yeah.
And then you'll invoke him.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah. Bow down before him.
Oh.
I've gone and invoke him, I've got things to do.
Ah. Son of a bitch. Well, here goes nothing. Oh, Socrates? Oh, Socrates?
What mortal speaks?
What are you doing, Socrates?
I tread the air and analyze the sun.
Do you have to despise the gods from a swing? Or could you do it from the ground if you must?
Wouldn't work. You can't find out anything about heaven unless you hand your brain up high, infused in air as bright as thought. You'll never discover anything with both feet on the ground. Gravity draws at the juices of the brain. It's just the same with watercress.
Okay. Brain draws its juices from the watercress, right. But please, do come down, Socrates.
Make way for Socrates. Thank you. Wherefore are you come?
I want rhetoric. Ruthless debts and interest payments have stolen my savings.
And how did you slip so far in debt?
Oh, my son, he got hoof and mouth disease, but please, teach me that argument, one which never loses.
What gods do you swear by? First of all, gods are not current coin with us.
Well then, how do you swear? By a promissory note.
Do you wish to know divine things clearly, as they really are?
Yes, please.
And would you like an introduction to the clouds, who are divinities?
Yes, Socrates, yes!
Sit on that sacred camp stool there.
Okay.
Now,
Sitting.
the sacred plastic wreath.
A wreath.
Put it on.
Gosh, Socrates, do you garland me for sacrifice?
No, all the students go through this process.
And, what will it give me?
To be a slippery, rattling, fine ground speaker. Now, hold still.
No lie. You're getting the fine soil all over the place.
Keep holy silence, ancient man, and heed the words of the prayer. O measureless Lord and King, air that floatest above the earth, brilliant ether and reverend goddesses, clouds that wield the thunder gather, hear and come to us, maidens, skies with the wings of the
Just
mind.
let me get set! Do you want to see me get drenched?
Great and reverend goddesses, clouds, Mimas' snowy peak, and Olympus' glens, appear and come to us, accept your sacrificial victim.
Return across the lake and leave your private ocean. Across the mountain peak, immortal shades of black. The sun of wooden gleams on flower and field and stream. Let us increase the fertile plain.
Great and reverend clouds, you plainly answered my calling. Wasn't it a joy to hear the voice, the bellowing of their thunder?
I'm gonna shit my pants.
Keep holy silence. Their sacred swarm is moved to song again.
In great Athena's place, in private mystic temples, the gods receive their praise of sacrifice and wine. All is heard in here, and when the spring is near, our sacred chorus sounds again.
Oh, what a beautiful sound. Are these spirits of some sort?
Heavens know, the clouds are the muses to lazy men of talk and dialectic, humbug and wrangling, cross-grained argument.
My soul grew wings as I heard them. Where do they live?
Well, they live in the sky, and they come through the mountains.
Oh, is it possible for me to see them?
Well, look by the mountain. They're coming now.
Where?
Check the wings.
What's the problem? I just can't see them.
Well, now you can see them if you're not stone blind.
Oh, I sure do, Your Majesty. They spread all over.
And did you not believe the clouds divine?
Well, aren't they just water vapor, fog, and mist?
Careful, careful, careful. The clouds are the professor's pasture. All sages, seers, and gay young men, chic poets, fortune tellers, and literati feed on the clouds and draw their powers from them.
So much for wandering lonely as a cloud.
And quite right, too.
Let's say, what's the story? If these are clouds, well, why do they look like women? I mean, these clouds, they have noses, man, real nice noses.
And what are they like up there?
Oh, I don't know. Bits of cotton and wool. Nothing like this.
Now, let me ask a question.
Oh, ask away.
Has seen a cloud that looks like a camel, backed like a weasel or a whale?
Yes, and what of it?
Well, the clouds take what form they like. For example, when they see Philippe, they turn into piles of salt.
And where did they see that master of seduction, David Hayes?
Oh, they mirror his nature and turn into an owl. And today, it's old Queen Cleiste. They're women.
Indeed they are. Oh, sacred and beautiful clouds. Please sing again with that voice which shakes the heavens.
Hail, old man, late seeker of the muses, and you, high priest of the news nonsense. As your name, we love you best of the artisans, except for Prodicus, him for his wisdom, you for your swagger in the streets and staring eye. Barefoot and cold, you keep your dignity.
These are the only gods. The rest is drivel.
What about Zeus? Is he not God anymore?
Zeus? Zeus don't model. There's no Zeus.
Oh, Zeus! And how does it rain from the sky?
Have you ever seen it rain without the clouds? It should rain from a clear sky by your theory.
By Apollo, a good point. And here I thought Zeus pissed through a sieve. But, Socrates, tell me, what is the thunder? That's what scares me.
They thunder as they roll about.
As they what?
Compelled to hang aloft and bear such weights, the clouds, they move and they pack together and they cause the thunder.
And who compels them to, if not Zeus?
The airy vortex.
Ah, the airy vortex. And I never noticed. So, Zeus is out, and Vortex is king, eh? But the thunder, I don't think you ever got around to explaining it.
Didn't you just hear me say that compelled to hang aloft and bear such weights, they pack together, crash into each other, and cause the thunder?
And why should I believe you?
Well, take your own gut, for example. Stuffed full of pudding, no doubt. It growls, the turmoil rumbles through it, just like the thunder.
Indeed, another good point.
Thank you.
At first, it's fairly subtle. Pa, 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 pa. Then it builds a bit more gradually, pa, 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 and then he's at the pitch of thunder, and he says a pa, and a pa. Ooh.
Yes, well, if the human body can create such sounds, think of what the infinite atmosphere can do.
And of the lightning, which burns some to a crisp and singes others. Who hurls this lightning at the purgers, if not Zeus?
Good Lord, you're living in the Middle Ages. If Zeus struck the perjurers, why hasn't he struck Donald Trump, Kim Jong-un, or Vladimir Putin? There's your perjurers. He strikes at his own sacred peaks, the tallest oaks. Can an oak tree break its oath?
No, I suppose not. Another good point. But the lightning, what is the lightning?
The dry wind, working by a natural law, blows at the clouds and swells them like balloons. With a rush and a bang, they set themselves on fire. The damage is terrific.
Aha! Something similar happened to me last Thanksgiving. I was cooking a sausage. Fat, plump, juicy. But I had forgotten to puncture it. And the damn thing burst, leapt all over me, cracked in my eyes and burned my face.
Disgusting.
My child, when I see you here so eager for knowledge, I see your future bright in Athens and Greece. Bring us brains, patient labor and memory. Don't falter in spirit standing still or walking. Don't mind the cold or the lack of breakfast, and care for one thing as befits a man of talent. To win in action, thought, and the war of words.
My spirit is braced, my attention sleepless, my belly tuned down to a diet of scraps and herbs. I am ready, and I boldly lay myself on the anvil.
You'll not believe in any gods but ours.
Oh, absolutely. If Zeus and I met on the street, no eye contact, no sacrifice, no incense, not one pinch.
Good.
Where were we?
Say how we can help. Be bold, nor fear rejection. Since you trust and believe in us, in your quest for talent.
I have to trust and believe in you. Between the horses and my wife, I'm trapped. Just gotta let loose and rap about it sometimes, you know? Beat me, freeze me, flame me with hunger and thirst. Slay me, pound my bones to a waddle, use my flesh for a bottle. Only free my house of debt. I'll be lucky if I get the name of a cheat. Blind face deceit, a billion a hog, a blind petty fob, a swindling bum, fast-talking scum, a shyster, a scarface, a carcass, a cackler, a liar, a thief, dissembler. Mince me, grind me up for pie. I will learn to cheat my creditors or die.
The spirit is willing, too true. See what study will do. We can make you world famous.
Oh, what will happen to me?
Just don't. We can make you pass more public laws than anyone else.
Laws? Well, that's a bit much. Maybe just a little legal, fancy footwork so I can slide in and out of debt.
Your wish is our command. You don't ask much, just boldly trust in these, our ministers.
Oh, can I really hope to see it?
You will not only see, but be it. Fed consultancies, fed fees, you can ask whatever you please. Once you've earned some higher degrees, they will be all be working for you. For you.
Okay, take this old man and give him orientation. Probe him and test his intellectual ability.
Tell me something about your habits of mind, so I can calculate the point of impact for breaking down the walls of ignorance.
What do you use for your teaching, Socrates? Dynamite?
Heavens no, I just have a few small questions. Now, would you say that your memory is retentive?
Yes and no. When people owe me money, I remember just fine. But when I owe them money, just right out of my head, man.
Well, would you say that you're verbally gifted?
No, not verbally. But I have a fine talent for stealing.
Well, then how will you learn?
I don't know, but I'll manage, so don't worry about it.
If I drop some hints about heavenly bodies, make sure you pick them up.
What are you feeding me like I'm some sort of a pigeon?
You see, this is what you do. You call the male pigeon and the same for the female.
How is that?
How? Pigeon and pigeon.
Well, how am I supposed to call them?
Obviously, pigeoned and pigeoness.
Ah, pigeoness. That's good. Bayetta, that is good.
Yes, thank you.
Is there a whole lot more of this?
I suppose not. Lay down.
Lay down.
Be creative about your problems. Lay down.
Look, I still have my overalls on, man. What are you talking about?
All right, take your overalls off and then lay down.
What do you mean, take my overalls off? Do I have to? What is this, a security check or something?
Come along. Why are you ducking around the door? Let's go.
Do I what? Am I keeping these on? I'll take them off.
You're a brave old man. Congratulations.
Take them naked.
And best of luck with your future educations.
They tell me I should be in there?
Go.
Scheiße.
By chaos and wind and air, I've never known in my life such a hick. He's clumsy and stupid and absent-minded. I start him on small dialectical tricks, and he forgets them before he's learned them. Wow, let's see how he looks in the natural light. Strepsiades, and bring the mat, please.
Oh, I can hardly get away from the bugs. This thing's fucking filthy, man. Disgusting.
Leave the mat and listen to me. Now,
Well,
where would you like me to start since you've had no previous education? With the measures, diction, rhythm?
I vote measure. Last month, my milkman cheated me out of 2 quarts. That son of a bitch.
That's not what I mean, but poetic measures. Would you like me to start with the 2-part or the 3?
I vote the half gallon.
That's not to the point, you dolt.
Not to the point. I bet it is. The half gallon is a 2-part measure. Besides, what does any of this have to do with my milkman?
Well, first of all, it's nice in society to know about the different rhythms. The Bacchic Rhapsody, the paean.
Ah, the paean. Of course I know that one.
So tell me,
That's when you choose something to pee on.
you really are disgustingly vulgar.
Look, it's not my fault, Socrates. I said I don't want to learn any of this shit.
So then what are we doing?
The unjust, baby. Now we're talking about it. Just teach me the unjust argument, man.
All right. Lay down.
Excuse me.
Be creative about your problems. Lay down.
You're shitting me here.
All right.
Out of anywhere, man. Do I have to do it on the blanket?
Wrap up this way and cogitate. Elucidate subtly your affairs. Balance antithesis and thesis.
How?
Just maybe if you can't solve this problem, go on and solve the next one.
What are you talking about, Socrates?
Okay, let me give you something. What were you to do if you were to be sued for 50 million?
50 million? That's a lot of money, man. Give me some time to think about it.
Don't twist your thoughts together too tight. Let your mind invade the air like a long kite on a box string.
Ooh, I think I got it.
Tell me.
You know, those stones sold by the gypsies are pretty and transparent and they can start a flame.
A lens.
Yes, a lens. Well, when my clerk set down my case, I would stand on the sunny side of him and burn out the letters in my suit.
Ah, okay, clever, by the graces. Now, how would you circumvent your opponent if you were to be losing an argument and your witnesses didn't show up?
Easy one.
Yes?
As the previous court case is being heard, I would hang myself.
That's not to the point.
Then I'm gonna hang a dead man. I'm gonna sue a dead man. Or hang him for that man. He's already fucking dead, Socrates.
Get out! I will not teach you. This This is drivel.
Come on, man.
What was the first thing that I taught you?
The first thing. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
the
wrong.
measures, the measures.
Wrong, wrong.
Oh, God damn it, I knew it.
You old fool, I'll see you damned.
Oh, Great Reverend Clouds. Oh, I fucked up. What do I do?
Well, Grandpa, our advice is this. If you have a grandson in your house, just let him come and learn instead of you.
I do have a son. A real gentleman, too. But he doesn't like to learn.
Ah, it's because you've spoiled him.
He's strong and full of juices. On his mother's side, high-flown, dissipated. I'll go get him now. I'll be right back.
Look what goodies we alone bestow upon our devotees. We made this man a willing slave, eager in everything to please. Get at him while he is still excited. Such tipsy minds are quickly righted.
No, you shan't stay! Go eat your uncle out of house and home!
Oh, Loon, Papa, are you out of your mind by Olympian Zeus?
Ha! Olympian Zeus! Ha 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 ha!
Why are you laughing? Ha 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 ha!
A boy of your age, so out of the loop, that you would believe in Zeus?
What should I believe in?
Everyone knows Zeus is out and Vortex is king.
Says who?
Socrates the Enlightened and Chaerephon who tracks down gnats.
Are you out of your mind to believe in those frauds? How many times I told you, Papa? Ah,
Shut up! Quit speaking like a child. These men, real intellectuals. And thrifty, too. They swore off soap, haircuts, save a fortune by not taking baths. You ought to be more like them.
what kind of education is this? Besides, what would I learn?
Well, they say they have two arguments. The strong and the weak, in every case. Now these men can take the weaker argument and make it win, just or unjust.
Oh, Papa, come on. What are you talking about? Is this the talents displayed by those titans of mind?
Stay right here, I'm gonna blow your mind.
What do I do with a father like that? Do I sue him or call the undertaker?
You ready for some education, boy? What do you call this?
A pigeon.
And this?
A pigeon.
Both? Nay, nay. From now on, pigeoness right here.
Pigeoness?
Pigeoness.
Are you out of your mind? You'll be sorry for this.
Oh, you'll be the one who's sorry. Socrates, I brought my son.
Look at him. He's young and uninformed, unused to the rough and the tumble here.
I'll show you some tumble.
Oh, back off. Is that any way to speak to your teachers?
How will he learn ever the response to summons, subpoena, and plausible meiosis?
Socrates, you have to try. He's smart. When he was 6, he made frogs out of pomegranate peels.
Well, that's convincing. All right, well, I suppose you'll have to learn from the just and the unjust arguments. I'll leave them to it.
All right, you sit down. Don't move your ass from that seat.
Come out. Let the audience see you. We all know you're not shy.
Coming. Oh, are you ready to be destroyed?
You and who
My
else?
arguments.
They're weak.
But they always destroy their betters.
How?
It's a technological advance.
Those fools out there? They've made you prosper.
Those fools are my very clever friends.
I'll destroy you
With what?
with justice.
Sweetheart, there is no justice
No
there.
such thing.
Well, then where is it?
It's made up in heaven, of course.
If heaven is where justice lies, then tell me, why wasn't Zeus destroyed when he tied up his own father?
It's this same old disgusting stuff. It makes me want to puke.
You're just decrepit with bad idea.
And you're a tramp. You're dead to
Oh
shame.
my God, such sweet expressions from a sweet little girl.
You whore.
You're just crowning with roses and lilies.
Parasite.
No, it are not. But all of this is pure gold.
You're an idiot. I've been trying to insult her all along, and this has been a hell's worth of blows.
Yeah, but now shameless.
You're outdated.
It's all your fault that no one goes to the proper schools. But someday they'll see through you and all the rotten stuff you teach.
And you're moldy.
Like, you're not so fine. I remember when she poked in corners like some bad lady with intellect, picking over trash for insights.
This intellectuality is just so boring.
Megalomania. What a compliment for you and for this city that keeps you around to corrupt its youth.
You're not gonna instruct Father Time.
At least he'll have a chance with me and won't say nothing but gathering.
Well, I don't know.
Don't you touch him. You'll be sorry.
Come,
we have no fisticuffs.
Make your presentation of the old teaching and you of the new. Then let him decide which one to buy.
I'm ready for her.
And I'm ready for him.
And who will go first?
Let her. And whatever she says, I'll just shoot it down in midair. And if she mutters, I'll sting her face and eyes like a swarm of wasps and leave her there, destroyed.
Let each persuade her to show his swear of words of clever notion of wisdom. So open your heart and show us who you are.
I'll tell you how the old ways used to go, when people thought justice was good sense. Back then, you never heard the children grumble. They would walk in 2 straight lines to school, stark naked, through the snow. There, they would sit up straight and sing our national anthem, and they would never forget to pay tribute to our fallen soldiers. And if one would have played the four or tried the squawks that nowadays singers pass for music. They would have been whipped for trying to murder art. When they went to the gym, they never showed any indecent part to the willing onlooker nor intended to excite obscene thoughts. They never played with themselves. Their little birds were downy soft, like lamb. You never saw them flirting with their lovers nor making propositions with goo-goo eyes.
Well, that's what outdated. Like, I don't know, the printers or the computers that we have in W15.
But these were the men who won the battle at Marathon, and now you keep them huddled up in overcoats, incompetent for war. But you, be strong and choose the stronger reason. You'll know how to hit the markets and the baths, to burn advice and be insulted. You'll rise and give your chair to older men. You'll be a mold of honor. No funny business with those dancing girls to lose your good name to some tempting whore.
Girl for a kid. Hang with the boobies and you might even win the booby prize. Anyway, I've long since been ready to burst, and I have so many things to say right now. That's why I'm called the weaker reason by the intellectuals, because I first taught to oppose law and righteousness. Let's analyze this so-called education that she keeps on talking about. She says that she's not going to indulge you with hot baths. What's your problem with hot baths?
Terrible things. They make the man a coward.
I'm so gonna make a move on you right now. Tell me, which of the sons of Zeus was best in spirit and did the greatest labors?
Would that be Heracles? Obviously.
And what do we call our natural hot springs? The baths of Heracles.
The young folks listen to this horseshit all day long, and down the baths they go and skip their workout.
Can you chill? Like, just relax for a second. I'm not gonna talk about the tongue. Not this one, but like the use of it. She says that she is against like young kids like talking and whatever, and I'm like totally for it. And she recommends this other thing. Yeah, this temperance. Like, well, tell me one time that temperance has ever done anyone any good.
Well, Peleus got his mystic blade because of temperance.
A blade! How sweet, how nice for him. Poor guy. There's millions to be made by bad behavior. And we see that every day. Like, look at Donald Trump. He's the president of the United States now. But maybe we don't get blades out of it.
And then he was with the teachers because of his temperance.
And then she left him because of his temperance. He just didn't have it in bed. Like, he probably just couldn't get it up. And like, women want you to have it in bed. They want you to take control.
They want you to just like go at it. And like, who gives a shit about chivalry anymore? Just think about it. Like 1 second. Think about it, boy. All of the things that you can't do with temperance. You can't sleep around, you can't do drugs, you can't, like, what's the point? There's no fun. There's no fun. What's the point of living without any of that? Okay, let's just like think about it like hypothetically or whatever. Say you like cheat on your wife, right? It happens. And like you get caught. If you're practicing temperance, you're screwed. It's over for you. But with me and the tongue, you can talk your way out of it. You're good. You just refer to Zeus or something, like he slept with 1 million girls and nobody cared. And who are you to try to be better than a god?
Do you want to see your people tarred and feathered? You know what they'll call him, right?
What?
A dirty old man.
What would you say if I defeated you right now?
I would surrender like a good sportswoman.
Okay. Then tell me, who are the politicians?
Dirty old man.
And who are the poets?
Dirty old man.
Who are the advocates?
Dirty old man.
And who do you see in this audience right now?
Oh my. I believe they're all dirty old men. I surrender. I give up. If you can't beat him, join him, right? That's what they say.
4 days to go, and then 3, and then 2, and then it's the day of days. I'm frightened, I'm cold, I'm sick. Tomorrow is the quarter day. They swore, my creditors, that they'd break me, yeah, and crush me too. Although my proposals were modest and fair. A good fellow, not just now. Roll it over, refinance. No deal, I said angrily. Said I'm liable and threatened to sue me. Huh. Let them sue. I don't care, as long as my Pheidippides is learned. Yeah, I think I'll go check on Pheidippides now. Socrates?
Strepsiades. I'm glad to see you.
Mutual. I express my respects for science, but my boy, has he learned what you've put before us?
Indeed, he has.
Ah, joy of man's deception.
You'll never lose another suit.
Not even if there's witnesses?
Not even if there's 1,000.
Oh, then let me loosen my high triumphant cry. Ah! Come, my boy, your father calls.
Behold, the man. Receive your son.
My boy, my boy. Look at you first. Oh, what a lovely color. A real lawyer's complexion, yeah. A jaw for any dispute. Beaming with our specialty. Define your terms. You got me into this mess. Now go and get me out of it.
What is it that concerns you?
The quarter day.
And what is a quarter day?
It's the day my creditors begin to sue. You know that, Pheidippides.
Tell me, can a day be a quarter day?
It's not?
How could it be? Can a man's hind quarter be a man?
But people say...
People say because they do not take law into consideration.
The law? What does that have to do with any of this?
It takes a lawyer to explain the finer points.
Ah, of course.
Tell me, are debts on the quarter day not due from the past?
Genau.
Well, if the debts are due from the past, They are not now. And what is not now will never be. And it is not rest. And rest not stat.
But I don't know what any of that hoopla means. But the fact remains, my creditors are beginning to sue today.
Oh, this is all legal fiction. We will move the case to the non-suited and apply the rule of nonsense on their eval.
What the hell? What are you talking about?
Go on and celebrate.
Ah. Ha. Look at you, you stupid fools. So easy to be profited off of by anyone who sees you for what you really are. You non-entities, mere sheep, heaped pots. There's a song for men of our good fortune, why yes there is. Let me sing, let me sing. Send in the lawsuits, who bring them to their knees. Congratulations, Strepsiades. He's beat the system, Phidippides is his son. Watch everyone, they're the only one. Now, my boy, let's slay this fatted calf. I think that's a fatted calf.
That's Messiah's.
I think I gotta go.
What's my stuff?
You!
Come over here. Come.
Yeah.
You recognize me?
Recognize
It's
yes.
Messiah. It's Messiah. You owe me something? So when? When do I get my money back, you dear old shepherd?
When are you gonna not talk with your mouth full? Didn't your parents teach you anything? Get the
You
hell out.
stupid fool, the important thing is... You owe me money? Yeah. When can I get my money back?
What the hell are we gonna do about this clown? Look at him. He's only in love with his angel. I think I need a house. He's enough.
You are a dirty old fool. Like, look at how you deal with people whom you have dealings with. Get dressed or assume the position. What you gonna be? Someone right here.
I'm known for assuming the position.
Anyway,
Anyways,
on you. Very funny. When do I get my money back?
as soon as you can answer one simple question.
Oh, sure.
What do you call this?
A pigeon.
What do you call this? What do you call it? Come on.
Don't make fun of me.
I ain't gone all day and don't touch my ledger. Or else my foot will be touching your ass, you know what I'm saying?
It says in there you owe me, right?
What is this?
A pigeon.
Ah, you fool, it's a pigeon nest.
What do you
That's it.
mean?
Out with you.
What do you
Out
mean?
with you. I said, get the hell out of here.
I'll see you doing that, you baby.
Defrauding your friend is a pleasure, but stealing is a dangerous state. You will pay over and over at leisure for crimes you've committed in haste. The sophist old men aren't so funny. They'll teach you defaulting is fun. They will strip you of morals and money and end up by corrupting your son.
You have made him a young gay deceiver. Perhaps by the end of the night he'll wish he was stupid again.
Help! Friends, countrymen! I'm being thrashed about every which way. My head, my jaw! You hit your own father, you scum.
Yes.
You see, he admits it.
Sure, and I can prove it by God that it is my right to hit my own father.
Right to hit your own father, you're shameless. Oh!
Just pick whichever arguments, and I can prove you that it is my right to hit you.
What arguments?
Strong or weak?
Stronger.
Just or unjust?
I must have really had you taught to outthink justice. If you're gonna tell me it's right for sons to hit their own fathers.
I will convince you to a point where you will have to believe me.
I'd like to see it.
Well, tell us how it all started, the fight, and then we will see.
Well, I was hosting a party, a trash party, if you will, and I asked my boy to recite some classical poems. He refuses and begins to thrash me about the dining room. Oh!
Of course I would. If you asked me to sing like a feeding cricket in front of your friends, I would thrash you.
Oh, but it gets worse. He refuses the classics, insists on the modern stuff. Some Euripides, vulgar poems, brothers fucking sisters, cream pies, bukkakis, interracial. Oh!
This one for disliking Euripides. That genius.
Genius! Him? Oh dear, you hit me again. Oh!
Of course I would. I must tell you how wonderful it is, the talent for modern learning. I could not think of anything but the tracks. I could not speak 3 sentences without an error. And then there is one. He made my speech subtle, my thoughts and ideas enlightened, and I can convince you that it is my right to hit my own father.
Take your team back. I'd rather pay for a 4-horse team and be covered in bruises.
To resume that I was rudely interrupted. Answer my question. Did you not hit me when I was a child?
Yes, out of love.
Aha.
Ah!
If that is what love is, hitting, why can I not love you in the same manner? Why is your person more immune to blows than mine?
Honoring your mother and father is the law.
What law? This law was created by people like you and me, primitive and persuasive. Do the brutes have this law? Of course not. And I will invent a new law where the children can hit their own father.
If you're gonna imitate a rooster, go eat manure and sleep up in a tree.
I would! But Socrates said don't do that, so I...
Besides, you don't have the right.
How? And why?
You're my boy. I have a right to hit you. When you have your own son, you can hit him then.
And suppose I don't have a son?
Well, then tough
All my
shit.
howling
Ah!
to waste! And I have another point.
No, I'm nearly destroyed already.
This one will ease the blow.
Explain your silver lining.
I will also hit my mother.
What? What? It only gets worse and worse.
What if I can prove it by the weaker argument that it is my right to hit my mother?
And you'll be courted and drawn. You and Socrates. And all your shitty arguments. You clouds, this is all your fault.
Oh, no, no, no. You were the one who chose to think of wicked behavior.
I mean, old hick. You misled me.
We always do this when we see someone falling wicked behavior. We get into serious trouble, and thus we teach the fear of the Lord.
Damn you, clouds. My boy, you can have your horses and anything else you want. Just let's get revenge on Socrates and Caiaphon the scum.
Revenge?
Yeah.
I could do no wrong to those my teachings.
By Zeus, what are you talking about?
There is no Zeus.
No Zeus.
The airy vortex reigns.
My wits were in a vortex. To think water down the drain could be God.
Take this rubbish and go back home, Father. Goodbye.
Oh, Zeus. I was so foolish to betray you for Socrates. All I ask now is your counsel, your advice on my revenge. Yes, revenge. The ladder, the torch, I'll burn the thinkery. Burn! Burn! Burn!
What are you doing?
Burn the thinkery! Burn! Burn! What does it look like I'm doing? Burn!